Hello and welcome to the season review and summer transfers for season 3 of our 5-season Manchester United rebuild. As we can see, we're starting with the season review. We had a pretty good season that involved 4 trophies, 2 of which literally look identical, I've just realised. So let's have a look at the first page. We've got the new arrivals. We've just got the one page of them. Benjamin Sesko coming in for 14.25 million, scoring 23 goals this season. Pretty good. Angelo came in from Santos. We didn't really expect him to play many games. He's one for the future. Milankovic-Savic going in for £60 million from Lazio. 47 appearances, 5 off the bench, 17 goals and 12 assists. Again, a very successful signing. We've then got Nuno Mendes come from PSG for 65 million in the January part of the transfer window. 19 appearances made. He ended up with a 7.16 rating. Jose Gaia, our other left back, signed from Valencia. £86 million he cost us. 38 appearances, 1 goal, 4 assists, a 7.06. Nianzou also arrived from Bayern Munich. He could end up costing up to 80 million, which is probably a little bit on the expensive side. And Mats Hummels arrived from Borussia Dortmund for 7.75 million. He has just told us though that he wants to leave the club right before the start of this video, so watch that space. On the outside, we had quite a few players out. Anthony Martial, Brandon Williams, Van der Beek left, De Gea ended up leaving as well, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rashford, just to name a few. Alex Telles, of course, as well as some youngsters. Our loans out this season: Hansen Aaron has played 20 matches for Nottingham Forest, 3 goals, 5 assists, a 7.36 rating, so he's been doing pretty decently. James Garner is also out on loan. He's been doing very well. Kaiki, our wonder kid centre-back, played 13 matches, so he's been doing okay. Let's have a quick look at Kaiki. He's looking all right, not too bad to be fair. Who else do we have out on loan? Shortire out at Werder. Yeah, let's see, how have you actually been doing? Not too bad, it's reasonable, so it is worth loaning these players out just for that. They're getting a little bit of game time. Hopefully they can come back to us and be part of the team next year, and it will save us having to buy loads of players. We didn't end up winning the league. We end up at 5 points behind winners Liverpool. The board expectation being to challenge for it. That is a challenge. Our home attendance 99% full, and our top goal scorer ending up being Lewandowski. We can see what costs us basically. If we just scroll down, those 2 losses there, that's literally cost us the league. I mean, we've lost what, 4 matches? 4 matches in all. One of them was Liverpool on the first day of the season. One of them was Chelsea, and then we had 2 losses in a row, and that's cost us the league. 4 losses in a season is not a huge amount. We won 30 of our 38 games, but still, it's not enough with Liverpool in the same league as you. In the Champions League, we're expected to reach the semi-final. We saw it in the last episode. We ended up winning that one, the pivotal match being the final, funnily enough. We drew to PSG and we drew to Inter Milan, both in singular legs of the knockout rounds, but the rest of it, we've won all of that. The UEFA Super Cup, we ended up winning, of course, against Liverpool, who are definitely our main rivals. The FA Cup, we ended up winning again in the last episode against Chelsea. Carabao Cup, we ended up losing to Liverpool 2-1. And the Community Shield, we ended up winning by beating Manchester City. Our biggest win this season, an 8-0 win over Shrewsbury in the Carabao Cup. We'd kind of expect that against a team of Shrewsbury's level comparative to Manchester United. We did beat Tottenham 6-0 in the Premier League, and then the goal of the season came from Ward-Prowse. We're not going to go back and watch that one because we would have seen it, I'd imagine. Club reputation has actually increased over the last season. That's good. We won 4.5 worldwide, now we're on 5, so we've literally maxed out our club's reputation. The sponsorship has gone up by a couple of £1 million. The broadcast revenue's gone up by about £10 million. Corporate and hospitality has gone up a bit, but nothing major. Competition prize money's gone from 63 million to 138 million. but our match day commercial and retail has gone down. Our top shirt sellers then in terms of merchandise: Lewandowski, Ward-Prowse, Milankovic-Savic, Musiala, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes surprises me a little, the others not so much, and that is our team of the season, which as we can see is pretty much exactly what we've been using, and the only one of those not above a 7 rating is Tonali, so maybe we need to have a look at that. We got Premier League Manager of the Month for January. In terms of the club's awards, the fans player of the season, unsurprisingly, our striker Lewandowski. Sesko following that up with young player of the season. Signing a season we already saw is SMS. We've then got a top goal scorer, Lewandowski with 49 goals. The most assists, Ward-Prowse with 26. Lewandowski also wins the most player of the match awards and the highest average rating. Record breakers then, most overall goals by a player in the season, those 49 by Lewandowski. Most assists, Ward-Prowse breaking his own record from last season. Most player of match awards is also broken by Lewandowski with 14. Worst discipline is Diogo Dalot. Lewandowski as well. Can we just go have a look at these player stats over here? The most goals, Lewandowski wins the golden boot. We've already got the email about that. Same amount of goals as Harry Kane, did it in 7 games or less. What a lad. Most assists, Ward-Prowse is very close to that. Very close to that. He's obviously played substantially less games as well. Otherwise, I think he would be top of there. And most clean sheets, the Golden Glove goes to Donnarumma. It's comparatively close, to be fair. So all in all, some good individual performances in there, as well as a good team performance. The most important thing here, though, is the finances, if we can get it to go to that screen. Our budget for this season, £62 million, and probably about 500,000 spare in the wage budget. We can see this has already gone down. We start with £75 million, and right as I agreed a deal for a player, it transferred from last season's budget, which was 34 million, to this season, so it's taken it out of this season's budget, which is quite annoying. So we can see here's the 3 players that will be coming in, and we spent that money on. So we got Wellington Lucas, who's a goalkeeper from Sao Paulo. He's got some really good potential. We've then got Goncalves, who is a right back. He's got some really good potential as well. He's had a pretty good season in Brazil, and he's actually showing up right now as a championship level player, so he's not far off. And Lincoln, we just found wandering around on a free. He's literally, I don't think he has a club. He doesn't have a club at the moment, but he does look like he's got some good potential again. So we've decided to sign him on a free. Currently a League One standard player. I'll take it. It's a free player. Why not? So we now need to go away and work out exactly who we want to bring in, and then go and make those transfers. I'm going to go play through the rest of the pre-season, so we get to the point where we're near the start of the season and we've made those transfers, and then I'll show you who we've brought in and who's left the club. So we've arrived at the 14th of August. We've made some transfers. We've actually already won the Community Shield against Liverpool, which was in the last match, a 3-2 win. Didn't seem especially important to bring to the channel, although it does mean that 25% of our quadruple, remembering that's the Premier League, Champions League and the FA Cup, 25% of our quadruple is already done, so that's quite good. We've got Juventus in the Super Cup coming up. The match after that is the Premier League against Liverpool, so I'm thinking Liverpool and Sheffield United in the next episode. We don't massively need to see the Super Cup. Let me know if I am wrong, of course, but I think we go with Liverpool and Sheffield United. But what we're here for, let's have a look at the transfers then. So let's have a look. We'll go through the outs, and then I'll show you the ins. Tendon Mengi, he's gone over to West Brom. We sold him for £2 million. Absolutely fine. He wasn't going to be playing very much anyway. Palestri, he had a good season out on loan. He actually went over to Celtic. We can see he's played some games. He's headed out to Bournemouth for 17 million. The next one is Anthony Elanga. He's gone over to, is that Celta Vigo? I'm not sure. He's gone over to Vigo for 8.5 million in Spain. Again, he played literally no games last season, like nothing at all. We kept him in the side in case we need him for rotation, and he didn't play any football, so made sense for him to go. This one is quite a big one. Varane heading to Atletico Madrid. So basically his contract ended next summer. He's gone over for £30 million. He's been absolutely brilliant at United in this save. Couldn't fault him. But his contract ending next summer, and he was completely refusing to sign a new deal. Just didn't want to sign a new deal. So he's ended up going to Atletico Madrid. Bit of a loss for us, but we got £30 million out of it, and he wouldn't re-sign. So better to do that now than to get to January and just lose him completely, at least in my opinion. Another player that has left the club is Tielemans. So he's gone over to Inter Milan. We received a bit of cash for him as well. We paid 17.5 for him a couple of seasons ago. He's just headed over to Italy, 32.5 million. I'm quite happy with that deal. He played some football last year. He's never had a really big breakout season with us. Like, he's been okay, 6.93, followed by a 6.85 rated season. Is absolutely fine, but nothing massive. So losing him, I'm not mad at that. And then the only other major out is Dybala. He's gone over to Real Madrid. So obviously we got him on a free. We've sold him for £36 million. Fine. Bit of a failed experiment in the end. I mean, he probably would have come good, but once we had Lewandowski in the side, he was never going to get much game time, to be honest. So it's time to get over to the players we have actually brought in then. Varane leaving. We have brought in Wesley Fofana, 23 years of age, coming over from Leicester. We've paid quite a lot of money for him, £93 million to get him to United. He's got youth on his side. He's still got potential to grow even more, and he is one of the higher rated defenders in FM22, at least at this point. I'm not sure exactly what he's like at the start of the save, but at this point, 3 seasons in, or starting the 3rd season in, he's very, very good. We've also, to replace Tielemans, we've brought in Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, obviously 21 years old, English, cost us a shed load of money as well, 95 million. We can kind of see here we've gone for big transfers rather than depth necessarily. So he's agreed to come over as a squad player. I think squad player, yeah, we can deal with that. I mean, he's going to play some games, but nothing too major. We also needed a right back. We've brought in Mohamed Simakan. He's come over from FC Köln. Again, over from Germany. Brilliant goat. He's going to come play in Manchester United. He'll be a perfectly capable backup, at least in my opinion, to Dalot. We've got Max Aarons on that side. So that kind of fills that slot. And then we've got Wellington Lucas, which we saw earlier on in the episode. That's kind of it in terms of transfers. There is £45 million left. So potentially we could see someone else come in. But if we look at the squad depth, I'm more than happy with it. The one thing I have is one slight concern at the moment, and that is this. Lewandowski saying he wants to, in fact you can't see that on this screen, let me go back. He wants to explore his options at the end of his contract. His contract ends the end of this season, so we've got one more year out of him, and it looks like he's leaving because he will not talk to us. Something could change. Hopefully it does. I mean, we've got Sesko as the backup, obviously. We've also got, if I go in the development centre, there he is, Stephen Douglas, who is currently in our under-23s. I mean, you can see he's got some good potential. If we look down here, we can see he's made 36 starting appearances and a further 20 off the bench. And in that, he's scored 54 goals. His average rating is a 7.98. I believe at this moment in time, he's showing up as a championship level player. Now, right this second, he is 17 years old. I need to kind of decide whether I keep him at the club or whether I'm sending him out on loan to get first team football this season. I'm unsure of that yet. But there's a plan in place if Lewandowski does leave. Hopefully he won't, but we've got him for one more season. And who knows, this might be the season we go out and win the quadruple, so it won't matter that he's leaving anyway. Let me know down below, guys, what you think of today's transfers. If you have enjoyed the episode, please drop a big like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It is very, very much appreciated. And thank you very much for watching today and joining me for this summer transfer window. I will see you over on the next video. Until then, check out the video that's on the screen now. Bye bye.